Oh,
This
really?
meeting is being recorded. Hey, happy health habits, happy hour. It is the 4th of September. We're sliding into fall, the end of the third quarter of 2024. So make sure to review your word for the year. Are you on track? Right? Remember your word for the year and what score would you give yourself and how do you want to finish fourth quarter to make sure that it's a win? Okay, so set yourself up for success. Today we are going to talk, there's always so much to talk about. My little list of things to do here, I have to start off by saying, hi, Sandy. She's in the car. We got to see each other today and hug each other. I posted online. Yes, she was in town on the way back home, and I'm showing you the picture right now. We got to see each other this morning.
Oh,
Yay.
yay.
Very cool.
I'm representing
Fun.
Iowa State gear because we have our state rival game this Saturday, Iowa State game. So I'm representing and getting fired up for that. and so yeah. So, but that was super fun. Sandy was awesome, and Steve, I got to see. That was really exciting. So the two of them sharing how they stayed healthy on the trip. So I'm sure Sandy will share. So a couple things, just the agenda to talk about, of course, wins for the week. And then Kathy, if you have your shares from Lifebook, we'd love to hear that. I had an assignment for Deb, but she's sick. Just a couple little things. Check your app because there's been updates. Apparently, I haven't. I'm a poor app user, but the Optavia app has updates to fun stuff to use. So don't forget that. And then we're gonna talk about the Conscious Leader Forum and what everybody got. Anybody was on it yesterday? Anybody? Hi, Sandy. Yes. Two of us. Two. Betty, did you hear it?
No, ma'am.
Okay, that's fine.
So Sharon and I and Carrie, so we'll do our takeaways, and Carrie put a slideshow up for that. She's got the slides already made. I can't share that with you guys, can I?
Why not? I can try.
Okay, hold on just a second. Share screen. Thank you for loving yourself enough to show up for yourself today. We had the September challenge. I'm calling it the anti-weight loss September self-love challenge. But it is a habits of health challenge. But I'm challenging you all to make it a self-love challenge, do the healthy mindset piece and go to work on the self-acceptance, the boundaries, the inner voices, all those things that Dr. Anderson talked about yesterday, because those are the things that keep us stuck. So we're going to be talking today about that when we talk about the forum. Did you guys see this picture that I posted, the self-love, self-acceptance, mental health?
No. Yes.
Okay.
Yep. The 6 points there.
Points of self-love, inner voice, self-care, boundaries, self-acceptance, mental health. So that I'm, if you've got the food down, you're working on your movement, well, this is the next step up. So let's do some breathing for a moment to get grounded, and then we will talk about a couple other items here. All right, Carrie, you want to take us through a minute of grounding?
Sure. Wherever you are, if it is safe and comfortable to do so, feet on the ground and just kind of stomp your feet a little bit, a little bitter patter of the feet, not hard. Just get a little movement in your hands, wiggle your hands, but down at your side, wiggle your arms, and just sway your arms a little bit. If you're sitting or standing, you can get a fuller range, but either way, whichever's comfortable. And as you do, take that deep, now just come to the center. You keep wiggling your toes and your fingers a little. And just that deep belly breath, deep in the belly. Fill the belly, then the chest. When exhale, let it all out. And just look up a little bit, maybe where your wall meets the ceiling, or maybe you got a window frame there, or the tapestry on the visor of your car. Just looking up a little bit. And now just head center without moving your head. Just move your eyes left to right, not fast. Right to left, left to right. And if you want, just do big circles. Look all the way around your Zoom room screen, a big square up and down the wall, across the floor, up the wall, across the ceiling. Not fast, just to get range of motion. Another deep breath. And just wiggle your hands, fist and shake, clench and release, hang them down by your side. And hand on your heart and deep breath. And ready for the day, ready for what comes at you. How many times have you taken 1 minute to do this today already?
No.
So, goal for the day. You can do
Okay.
that later.
One more time, goal for the day. Absolutely. So before I take this on screen share, we'll go ahead and do wins of the week and stuff in a moment. But let's talk about these slides that Carrie has put up, and this is super cool, guys. We have a convention. They came out with they came out with what to call all of us live it lifers, right? All of you all who are living it, not dying it. And they have a new name for us. We are now called the Optivists. Oh, that's our new name. We're not living, we're Optivists. And this is so cool. This was revealed at convention, and we're going to do a little 15-minute video from Dr. Anderson. I gotta get 15 minutes out of this today, because there's such a good spot there from convention. The Optivists, guys, we are the way of the future. We're the human personification of the Optavia brand. We combine optimist and activist, and we become an Optivist, someone who actively champions lifelong transformation. We are not in this for the short haul. We are in it to win it for once and for all. Are we not?
Yes.
We celebrate small victories. We mark many milestones. We are crusher of daily goals. We're mentors of mastery. We're committed to mastery, and we're heroes of habits. That is so cool, because that's what you guys are. That's what I am. If we continue to be this and do this optimistically and actively, right? And we will never fail. And the thing is that this is the way, right? It is the way to long-term success. It is the strategy that will get people. What we have is the strategy in these books. It's the strategy. It's the roadmap, right? For how to get to our GPS destination. We were put on this planet for a very short period of time. And I believe it's to optimize ourselves, to become more and be the more inside of us. You have such a greatness inside of you. And no matter what happened in the past, your future is in front of you, and we can help take you on that journey. It's all in here. If you did not see my live on Facebook, I've got to make sure you see it, because Dr. Anderson did a talk at convention, which we're going to watch a piece of today, but he made it super clear that the reason why everyone fails at using fuelings, using challenges, using pills, potions, lotions, shots, or surgeries is because they fail to have a why in the GPS, a roadmap, okay, a strategy, because tactics are all temporary. So watch my live on Facebook. They're all temporary. It's all going to fail. Even the fuelings, guys, if we don't commit to learning how to conquer what goes on in here, right? And how to master those daily habits. So you all, congratulations. You all have been crowned IW Optivists, because you are living it. You're learning it and you're loving it. And I'm so thrilled to be in this tribe with you. You guys are my people. This is where we live. You're my tribe. You make my life worth living. You guys, you know what I'm saying? You know, you are the beautiful people that make up this whole, not just our community, like the Happy Health Habits community, but you make up the Optavia community and the large community. And that being said, Dr. Anderson is actually going to come on for our group. David Bush, he's kind of our little group leader. He's having a private session with Dr. Anderson on for Q&A on Monday night, the 9th at 6 p.m. We get Dr. Anderson all to ourselves. So please be there, put it in your calendar, because again, it's not like a national group. It's not the once a month thing, but it's a private forum where we can talk to him. We can tell him thank you. We can ask him questions. We can give him our challenges. So please put that on your calendar. Isn't that cool?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This guy is in it to win it. He is in it to win it with us personally. And it just makes me so thrilled, because it's not like he's in it to win it, guys, every day for each of us personally. So I'm really excited to have that on our calendars for the month. And anyone can come, coach or not coach, doesn't matter. We're going to celebrate each other. He's going to give tips about how to be successful long term, help keep you inspired and going. The Conscious Leader Forum yesterday was brilliant, right? About the ghosts of the past. So Carrie put this up, and I'm just going to breeze through these, and then you guys can let me know what you got out of it. Carrie has the 2 pages of notes. What did you get, Sharon? But our consciousness refers to that state of being and awareness. Being aware of your thoughts, your surroundings, and your feelings. Again, the recording is out. You can see all of this. Become conscious of your inner world. We all have complexes and old patterns of thinking that go on and rattle around in there, and they stay stuck until we unstick them. So the more you do the havening, the more you do the calming and being present to it, the more you can be conscious of those complexes, and you can unhook them from the emotional response. But if we're not conscious of them, we have to be aware to be conscious in order to make a different choice, right? So these unconscious behaviors are constantly driving our current present, and we need to stop and ask these questions. These are brilliant questions, and I sent these out today too. Why did I get so upset yesterday? Why did I feel so inadequate? Why did I surrender to those feelings of inadequacy by self-defeating again? Why did I comply and give away my integrity one more time? Again, why? We start asking ourselves why. We become conscious of what we're thinking. And we all have these complexes. There's not one person that doesn't have what we call a trauma, right? Or a ghost from the past, a broken record. He called it the ghost from the past. I think that was really cool. Those ghosts from the past, they still haunt us today. And they stay stored in our minds and stored in our bodies until we get real with them, confront them. We can't release them. So we have to, again, part of the breathing and the havening and the calming is going to help us release those, so that we don't have to live a haunted life. Haunted life. We're living in our past and the future. We keep putting our past in the future. We got to stop doing that. So, and otherwise, we'll never get where we want to be to the summit. So how is it operative? What does it make me do? What does that complex make me do? What does it keep me from doing? What is my thought keeping me from doing? Right. So go back and listen, put all the puzzle pieces together for yourself and see what you've gotten out of this. And again, this is all about winning is in here. That's it. We know that. So that's why I'm calling this the anti-challenge this month, this Habits of Health challenge. It's the anti-challenge, anti-weight loss challenge. Let's stop focusing on that. In fact, let's just start focusing on this. Okay. What is it that I need to do to love myself enough better? You loved yourself enough to show up, right? What else do I need to do in terms of self-love? Where are my self-love habits? These 6 habits mirror the others. Where am I falling short? Do I need more self-care? Do I need to listen to my inner voice? Do I need to set better boundaries? What are these? So try to really set something like that for yourself this month. Because I think this just points to what Dr. Anderson's saying, is that these things will continue to drive our complexes. He called it, my takeaway from it, one of the big takeaways I got was, he called us, we all have we're possessed psychologically by ghosts of the past. I thought that was great. And he urged us to become ghostbusters. So
Yeah.
take on the complex of psychological possession. You know how you get people that are possessed and you need exorcisms or whatever. But we're all possessed in some way with some sort of message or trauma that doesn't belong anymore. Does that make sense, you guys?
Mhm.
So be your own ghostbuster and get it out of there, get it confronted and ghost bust it. So what did you get, Sharon or Carrie? I know Carrie's got her 4 pages. What are your big takeaways?
I think you just read my notes. So what did you get, Sharon,
Yeah.
of your Dr. A notes? I mean, I did send them to all you guys if you want to review it or
Yeah.
follow along.
Oh,
But
did you send them the long?
I did, because you know.
That is so nice. Put on your lab coat and get curious. I love that part.
You got it there, Sharon? Did you have
Well,
something or?
I guess initially he just said, "Who is running your life?" And
Yep.
Mhm.
it's the ghosts in the past,
Yep.
in our past.
Yep. Put on your lab coat and see who that ghost is. What was that? Was it your mom? Was it your dad? Right? Who's the ghost talking to you?
Yeah,
Right.
and sometimes it's just, I like how he said their complexes, which, you know, sounded kind of complex.
Yep.
There are coping mechanisms for, you know, when we're young, we're inexperienced, or I mean, that's just developmental stages.
Yep.
And it may have served us to keep us safe at that time, but then we get stuck in those same patterns and maybe we haven't dealt with something or maybe we haven't grown out of it.
Yep.
But I thought what he actually was saying was interesting. We actually grow through it, you know, all that stuff that he talks about, icky sauce, and this time
Yep.
he talked about the demons and the ghosts, just as an analogy.
Yep.
And it's just stored trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And he's right. And you know, I've been reading just today, I was reading a thing that's like the shaking, you know, when you shiver, when you're so scared, you're trembling.
Mhm.
That's the fear actually releasing in your body. So if we don't shake it out, you know, after the moment passes, if we don't check it out, it's still stuck in there. So, I mean, then that's when later in life, the icky sauce comes up and it's stuff that's been in there the whole time. So I thought it was super interesting. You know, I love his little lab coat thing. Yeah, we could just go on for an hour about this, but he said, so what may have served you at one time was a coping mechanism. Was it actually a healthy way of dealing with something? Did it help you then? We're just observing now, lab coat. And does it serve you now?
Mm-hmm.
And he said how journaling helps so much. Just jot this down. And then the next couple slides were all those bullet points about parents and then how it affects our future relationships, the rest of our life. And then our unlived life is really loneliness, but it's all because of what's trapped, what's stuck, what we never learned to process. Right. And I'm just going to throw this out there.
Who's got a parent ghost message in their head? Anybody but me?
No.
If we didn't have parents and siblings, there wouldn't be no need for psychologists and psychiatrists.
Yeah.
They'd be out of a job.
Like, why do we let them live in there? I don't get it.
Well, it was funny because when I was listening, and I just listened to it, I was walking, so I couldn't take notes. So I appreciate your notes because there was a lot of information in there. But I thought back to my childhood.
Yeah.
Like my grandma, you know, you always had to clean your plate and then you got dessert.
Yeah.
And we always had to have dessert. And like, you know, so that one carried through to my mom.
Yep.
Like, no,
and
you
that's
don't
the
always have to have
generational.
dessert. But that's kind of, I thought, oh gosh, that's where this happened.
Yep.
Yeah.
Isn't that and that's what I was just going to say, that this relates so much with optimal health, not just mental health and awareness, but then it does affect our eating and
Yeah.
everything, and our relationships and our families. And even like Jim Quick, who is just, the brain coach guy, I was totally into him last month, but he was talking about this stuff too. You got to clear the stored trauma, the blocks or whatever, just for learning, for forming a new habit. Hello, is like
Yeah.
bottom line stuff. So Dr. A is really hitting the nail on the head with this one.
Totally. 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 And totally. Great job, Kathy, for coming up with that. Was your mom and your grandma. It's generational. Yep. Did you come up with a person in your head, Betty or Sharon?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Who's your
Yeah. My dad, but you could get 97% on a test at school, and he'd say, "Well, why'd you miss this one? How come this one's wrong? You should have known this one. This is an easy one." It was so you get an A, and you'd feel like a pile of doggy poop because
yeah, why wasn't it an A+?
it was
why
never,
wasn't it an A+?
yeah, it was never good enough ever.
Yeah. And we operate on that today, right? So that's our job, to separate that from like confront it and go, no, I'm done, Dad. We're done with this conversation, right? I'm exercise. I'm doing an exorcism on you.
I'm giving you a bag of doggy poop here.
Boom, take it back.
Yep, exactly. What about you, Sandy?
Jade Ann got on, and Ann, welcome.
Yeah, hi, Ann and Jane. Sandy, I know Sandy's got mom messages all over in her brain, right? Can you come off mute, Sandy?
If you want.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Oh, wait, she's looking for the button.
Oh, I got on just long enough to say goodbye, I think.
Oh, no, you can't. You can't stay.
No, I can stay. I just thought you were about done.
Oh, no. No, we're just talking about the ghosts from our that are running the show from our past in our brain. Did
you want to do wins of the week now, Amy, or were you going to play the
have a win of the week they want to share, or a skinned knee they need some help with?
Especially if you're traveling or short time on Zoom, do you want to share?
I just thought it interesting. He kind of ended it with talking about the medical support weight loss. And the medical weight loss can help fight the food industry.
Mm-hmm.
The anti-process, it's an anti-process tool.
Yep.
You can't fight the internal design. So it's not going to fight what's all going on, what we're all working on.
No.
Releasing all the things that have the food, anything that's gone on in the past, that it's not taking care of any of that.
The physiology, the meds take care of the physiology of the addiction. With the food industry, they know how to addict us, right? Physiologically. Yep. But the psychological piece, there's nothing in that pill that's going to fix it. Nothing.
No.
And doesn't that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's no magic potion in the pill that's going to be automatically teach you how to live a healthy lifestyle either, right? No, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No.
Yeah. So it goes back to the same thing. We still have to learn and unlearn bad habits and relearn good ones.
Mm-hmm. It's what I call the Band-Aid on the bullet hole effect, right? It's a temporary fix. It's a tactic. And what I love about this is that he's not making it wrong to use it, because, back in the day, I would have made it all kinds of wrong on my high horse about, everyone should be making their own food and eating their own garden, and, all that. I would have been on my high horse in a second about, but here's the thing. I have said for years, this has been, and Margot will tell you, for years.
And Margot.
Hi, Margot. For 20 years.
Talking about you.
For 20 years, I've been saying, in my next life, if I had one, if I have another career, I would start a lockup. I would start a 30-day rehab program to put sugar addicts like alcoholics go to rehab, right? For 30 days, 90 days. I have been saying this. I would put sugar people for 20 years. I've been saying this. I would start a rehab center because that's how I felt like I wanted a rehab center. Now, granted, we can go to a hospital and go to treatment for bulimia or anorexia or whatever. But literally, I wanted to create one for sugar addiction.
I would go right now.
Right?
Oh,
I would
right
too.
now. I'm ready to start this minute.
I know, right?
You'd be a billionaire.
Yeah.
Right. And I have said
I don't care if you're a billionaire.
I would have checked
because
my.
everybody needs it, just like you, Betty. We all need it.
See, Betty. I should have done this. I'd have been a bajillionaire. I would have checked myself in a heartbeat, even if insurance didn't cover it, because that, and like Sharon probably would too, right? And so here's what's happening is that medical industry, the drugs now are like putting those people like in a lockup, only it's a pill instead of going away for 30 days, right?
Yeah.
It really is. It does shut, it shuts that physiologic part off, but it doesn't fix the psychological part. You can put an alcoholic away for 30 to 90 days, but they still have to deal with their demons of the past too, don't they?
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. It might look like a head start for them, but it actually might be a disadvantage depending on circumstances, because it's still got to go back and do the work.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're all doing.
Yeah.
And
if you're locked up for drugs and alcohol, and you don't deal with the counselor, and you don't deal with the demons and the ghosts of the past, like Dr. Ray is saying, you're going to step out of there and use drugs again.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter. Just doesn't matter, guys.
And that's why I loved also Dr. A brought up 2 or 3 times in his thing yesterday about the blue zones. And if you guys haven't heard of the blue zones, look it up because it's on his website thingy.
Yeah.
But create your own healthy environment, which is what you were just saying, Amy. I mean, sometimes we feel like we need to get locked away, but we still need to learn how to live life and function.
Exactly.
So when lockup is over, how do you function when you get out? So we still have to learn that, but sometimes we need that little kick in the pants or that head start, or that, someone holding your hand, whatever the process. We have to do that with ourselves.
Yep. And it can be an okay tool to use till we get it together, right? It's okay. It's all right. And it serves a purpose, but we still have to deal with the bullet hole. Hey, anything, Anne, that you didn't get to share last time, or Elaine or Jane? Did you guys have an aha moment or anything you want to share? Betty, win of the week?
I had an aha moment on Sunday. One of the ladies was telling, she was in an accident. She'd hurt her teeth. They're working on her teeth. And she said she'd given up sugar for 30 days and her teeth didn't hurt. If she had up something with sugar in it, her teeth were aching. And that was an aha moment for me, that sugar has a definite. She's been trying to, her jaw has been healing for a year. And she says, I don't eat sugar anymore because my teeth hurt when I have something sweet. And it's like, I know that, but I had to hear it from something. So that I'm thinking of that. You want this? Are your teeth going to hurt? For me, it's my shoulder and my knee. Are they?
Right. If I eat this tomorrow, my shoulder's going to hurt. My hip's going to hurt. Yeah,
exactly. That was my aha moment this week. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
Anyway, Kathy,
Anne has a question.
Yeah. Okay. I do have a question. And it's only because I noticed this for years trying to lose weight. And then I noticed there seems to be a drop in sometimes anywhere from 3 to 5 pounds, if that's possible, but at least with me. So what I experienced, and I could just give you recently, I ate, I guess, some salt beef, and I couldn't believe it because it was just a little bit of salt beef that I had baked in a few vegetables. And I thought, I was being lean and green. So the next day I got on the scale and that put 4 pounds on me. I could not believe it. And yet I did not eat anything else that I could remember. But I'm wondering if that has a lot to do with salt, maybe some sugar, even though I didn't have dessert. So like it's up and down. I don't know what to think.
So that's a science, and I can send you a little document to read in a video. But guys, what happens is, did she gain 3 or 4 pounds? Did she really overnight?
No,
No.
water.
No. So what happens is your body sees whatever you put in there as a toxin, and then it holds water to protect itself from the toxin. So does that make sense, Anne?
I'll have to read it again. I mean, I'll have to read that to try because it's happened for years, and I'm thinking surely I can't put pounds of fat with it overnight.
No, it's not pounds. It's just water weight. Your body's trying to protect itself from what it perceives as the toxin. Could have been the beef, could have been the salt, could have been the sugar, whatever it is. Because you eat a pretty clean, diet. So when you put stuff in there that it senses as not healthy for you, it's gonna hydrate. It's gonna protect it with more water. So it's just the water is a protection for your body. Okay, so it's just water. It'll go away. It's just water. Yeah.
I just hope the fat will go away one day.
Yeah. Well, that's not fat, guys. What is it? 3,500 calories for a pound of fat. You did not eat 3,500 calories. You didn't eat enough calories for fat to go in your fat stores. So that's a good lesson reminder for everybody, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
How about you, Margaret? Did you get anything from yesterday?
So much, but in relation to what she was saying too, is when you're eating the way you're supposed to, your body gets so clean.
Yeah.
That when you put something in it that is a toxin, that is foreign to that cleanliness, so to speak, that's when the water comes in to protect, and all of a sudden you're going, wait a minute, where did all this come from?
Yeah.
And it's your body just saying, don't do that again.
Yeah. If I go out to eat, I will not go on the scale for 2 days at least, because I don't want to freak myself out, because I just
Yeah.
Right.
But Dr. A's program was phenomenal. A lot of it are things that I heard years ago from other groups and organizations, but it's all about replaying it's replaying the tapes of the past that affect your current today and your future. And you don't always realize you're doing it. In fact, you rarely realize you're doing it.
Yeah.
And you wonder why you make the decision you made. And if you really think about it, you go, oh, well, I remember when I did such and such and so and so. And a lot of that goes into our diet and our food. Betty was talking about your teeth. I am diabetic. 2016, actually about 2014, I started losing my teeth. They started just breaking off. And I'm going, what is this? And I found out right away from the dentist that it was the diabetes. It was the sugar in my body affecting my gums. And my gums were extremely unhealthy. Unfortunately, in 2016, I ended up having all my teeth pulled and having to have dentures. And it was because of lifestyle leading up to that. And again, those are the things that we don't think about as you're doing it. And all of a sudden,
every time I learn more about you, Margot, you are such a miracle that you're still alive. And thank you for sharing all this.
I know, right? Can you believe it?
Oh my goodness.
I mean, it's so amazing when you realize the effect that your gums have on your overall health.
Yeah.
And when they get infected and there's bacteria in there, it's in your body.
Yeah.
So taking care of them is a good thing.
Yeah.
On a win side, I don't know how many of you are familiar with the product or the nutrient Vitify. I know Amy's talked about it before, but I had taken a long time ago. I was off of it for quite a while, and I just started taking it again.
My joy juice.
Yeah,
That the
about a month
turmeric golden
ago.
drops, Margot?
Yeah.
And I am now having the biggest change in my wound care that I've had in over a year.
Which
They're
is a
seeing the
big deal
biggest
with
movement, the
diabetes.
biggest healing. Yeah, and my doctor's going, I'd love to take credit for this, but this is a huge
You
change.
better not.
And he said, what's going on? And I said, we'll talk at my next visit because I'm going to take him a sample and take him the information on it, because that's the only thing in my life that is different right now, is that
Right.
I'm back on the Vitify. So
You
anybody
will
that's
enlighten
got,
him.
yeah, it's great for so many things, but for me,
You go,
it's
girl.
really
Again,
helping with
Mark's going
healing
in
the
and telling the
wounds.
doctors what's up with that.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
you didn't.
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah. And I would love to get them all to listen to Dr. A's talk yesterday,
I know, right?
because that was, to me, one of the best ever, because it was so personal. It
Yep.
was so about us as individuals, not
Yes.
as a, it was just life as an individual,
Yes.
and how we do replay our old tapes into our todays and our tomorrows
Mhm.
if we don't consciously be aware of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
related to that, just Anne is asking about medical weight loss, which is what we were just saying when you came
Yeah.
in, Anne. So you want to phrase your question
Yes,
specifically?
I've missed it all, and I'm finding I'm not quite clear because there seems to be either controversy, contradictions, and either hearing it from the medical field, but yet the medical field is promoting it. So I'm everywhere. Not to mention how unbelievably expensive this drug is. So the drug I'm thinking about is the diabetic medicine that was actually meant for diabetes, but now doctors and private slim loss clinics are pushing either Ozempic or there's another drug, I forgot the name of it, but anyway,
Yeah.
there is a friend that actually is on it, and she said to me she is on the weight loss injection, not the one for diabetes, because then my nurse told me at the doctor, by the way, I'm not interested in the drug, but the nurse said to me that what people don't realize is that they're not just losing weight, but they could lose muscle mass, and there's
Yeah.
all side effects. So the person that is on this injection drug is trying to tell me that no, that's for diabetes, but I'm taking for weight loss. So who is right? What is right
So
anymore?
and because I need 15 minutes at the end here, I'm going to send you a video to watch. Would that be okay?
Yes.
I think Jane Ann wants it too.
And Jane Ann, it's going to answer a lot of questions, and then it's going to give you a lot more questions for your doctors and for me. Okay.
Yeah.
And I will answer what you just said, and then you'll have a whole new world of aha. Okay.
All right.
Let me send you a video, and then you watch it, and then we'll talk, because yes, and yes, all the above. So we just need to learn a little bit. Okay.
It is. It's so good.
Yeah, it will explain what you're needing, and then you'll have new questions. Does that sound fair enough?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I appreciate you asking them, because everyone is asking. 80% of our population is asking, what should I be doing? Should I consider this or not? If they're not considering it, they're consider whether to consider it, because 74% of our society is obese or extremely obese. 74%.
Yeah.
Okay. So unless we want to end up on another drug for life, which would be cholesterol, blood pressure, blood sugar, and now a weight loss drug, we're going to have to figure out the habits of health. Which brings me to Dr. Anderson. I've got to share this with you because I sent this out today. I hope it opens up, but we have to listen to a little bit of this, you guys, because he was a critical care doctor, remember, and he left critical care to help us stay out of critical care. This man wears his heart on his sleeve. Unbelievable. And he is so committed to each and every one of you being a success. I want to play, and I sent the whole, these are the recordings from convention of the business guy, Dr. Anderson, and then the other lady that runs all the marketing. We won't talk about all that, but I want you to listen to these because these people are really in this to win this for you and for everyone else. So I want to play this, a few minutes of it anyway, and then go back and watch the whole thing. It's an hour and 20 minutes. Go back and watch the whole thing, because it doesn't matter if you're a coach or not, right? Most of the people at convention were probably coaches, but there's clients there too. So I want to play a little bit of this for you, okay?
Welcome to Updated Convention.
Can you hear it?
24.
Yep.
Welcome to the turning point in the evolution of health and well-being. Let me ask you a question. This is really important. This is going to get personal with you guys, and I wish I could ask each and every one of you this independently. What is your current reality as you sit in those seats in terms of your perceptions, your choices, and your behaviors? What is guiding in your daily decisions about both your personal and your professional life? For me, it's this. We are on the verge of becoming the essential player in the evolution towards better health and well-being. It's a moment I see so clearly. Please don't doubt that. It's a moment that we can really create something so special. And I have created the alignment between my words and my actions. I heli skied this year with my daughter. I couldn't even hardly ski 10 years ago.
He's 72.
And I took my daughter and jumped out of helicopters in the middle of the mountains. That's putting your actions. I've reframed my perspective to fully embrace the opportunity in front of us. And I'd like to awaken each and every one of you why I feel we are the tip of the sword when it comes to our destiny. To do that, I need to take us back 120 years and really talk about a visionary, a man called Thomas Edison, whose innovations and achievements shaped the modern world. The light bulb, the battery, the phonograph, things that made life better. Well, not so much the phonograph anymore, but basically he said something that makes him remarkable. A statement so profound and so relevant to the calling we share that it's a perfect place to start our time together. In 1903, he said, "The doctor of the future will give no medications, but will interest his patients in the care of the human frame, diet, and the cause and prevention of disease." Now, you may have heard me say that before, and you may have seen that quote before, but it's so critical to repeat that. The doctor of the future, really absorb this, will give no medications, but interest his patients in the care of the human frame, diet, and the causes of prevention of disease. That thought makes him an agent of transformation. Someone whose ideas, energy, 120 years ago, the ability to change things for the better. So let me tell you something that you might not have realized that is really clear to me. You too can change the world. Every single one of you, please understand that. We need you. We need you to change the world. You're all agents of transformation. You have the tools, you have the understanding, and the support to change the world. And it's a world that desperately needs changing. If you look at the last 10 days in our country, are you kidding me? We are so reactive, so messed up. And as far as I know, the doctor of the future Edison described 120 years ago still doesn't exist. But the principles of looking at the whole of the human, not just repairing what is broken, are the principles that we have adopted. They were the principles that drove me to create the Habits of Health transformational system years ago. Ever since, I've woken every morning and asked myself this question: how can I help people make the true transformational and sustainable change in their health and their life, making healthy habits second nature? This question is born of a deep passion to improve the human condition. The fact that in answering the question, we have shaped a system that can create predictable transformation makes me incredibly proud. So proud. Because it is the difference. It's the difference the world needs right now. It is also a question that has profound importance to our future. Today, at the core of Optimia's purpose and mission is this principle: that we are at our most fulfilled when we pursue what matters most for our clients, our patients, and our communities, and of course, ourselves. But to make those changes happen, we have to go from that high altitude idea that Edison talked about to the practical outcomes, taking the world from a reaction and crisis to long-term solutions and strategies for health and well-being. And that's really, really difficult when we are surrounded by new options for weight loss. Most importantly, the new weight loss drugs. To understand how weight loss drugs become an easy choice in people's life, we need to think for a moment about the physician who prescribes them. Right now, because of the pressure that physicians are under, I suspect that many of them are reduced to delivering a 5-minute talk or lecture to their patients. Patients will be told to lose weight, change your diet, and get active. This relationship between the people whose health is in peril and physicians who are busy, tired, and stressed and burnt out to the max will be usual. Physicians offer repair, but the new generation of weight loss drugs gives them new tools. So they prescribe the shots. But what they can't give their patients is what you give them: relationship, guidance, support, or products and programs that we can. And that is a fundamental difference. It's why we don't have patients. We have clients, right? And we meet them where they are. We meet.
Hold on, you guys.
Temporary, or it's long-term, needing to be dependent on something outside yourself. And come with us, and let's immerse somebody in that protective bubble where we're positive thinking, we're helping them, we're meeting where they are, and we are changing. Yes, we have products and programs, but most importantly, each and every one of you, what we have is you. You make the difference. Stop squabbling, kicking the can down the street, and come with us, and let's change the world together. Outside yourself, supporting those, take care of our own health, fully present when it matters. You have the tools and the guidance to succeed in a global challenge. We have the evidence of lasting, lifelong transformation all around us, a proven approach that is irrefutably effective. Why aren't you using all of it? You are changing individuals' lives one healthy habit at a time. You are changing the lives of families, loved ones, one healthy habit at a time. And ultimately, changing the world one person, one family, one community, one nation at a time. You are making healthy habits and a healthy lifestyle second nature. No one else is doing that.
You guys are doing that. You are being the change you wish to see in the world. You're being it every day. And I can't thank you enough for that. Because I've been saying that Thomas Edison quote for decades. As a chiropractor, we thought we could save the world, right, Margot?
Yeah.
Because we are trained as chiropractors. We are trained in this stuff. And I didn't have this tool, but I had the training. And now that I have this tool, I don't need to adjust people, because you know why? Because they still think chiropractors are pain doctors or temporary back pain doctors. They have no clue that we are trained in this stuff. So now I've got the vehicle and I have you. You guys are proven, factual. You guys are proof that this works. This is irrefutable. It works. And it kills me when people quit on the system. I don't care if they buy the food ever again, but they quit on this strategy, you guys. Don't let people quit on the strategy, and just know you know more than they're getting from their medical doctor. You know how to help them. Their doctor does not know. They're not going to get anything from them, but go out and lose weight and work out. That doesn't work. We know that. Don't give up on your friends. Don't give up on your family. You're not even I never called my patients in my office. I never called them patients. Did I, Margot? I called them
No.
practice members, because being a patient is the definition of being sick and dying. You Google it. Patient means you're sick and dying. Do you want to be a patient, or do you want to be alive and vital and living? Because that's all they're getting. And I'm telling you, I don't even call you clients. I wanted to correct him on the stage. I want to say, no, you're not my client. You're my friend. You're on this journey with me. You're my partner. You're not my practice member. You're my partner. And anytime you put your heart on your sleeve for someone and you put your hand out like Sharon did with Gail, oh my God, I just wanted to come to the phone and kiss you, because she put her heart on the, and Margot, all of you, right? When you put yourself on the line for someone else, because they're not going to get this. If they don't get this, they're not going to get it. They're going to go to some other temporary tactic that's going to fail them another time, you guys. Even these stupid challenges or tactics, they're going to fail. They have to show up. They have to do the work. They have to go to the mental gym. They've got to do the book and the workbook. They have everything. They have the support. We have the strategy, the structure, we have the roadmap. And when he says, why aren't you using it? I say that every day to myself. Please, if I could just figure out a way to get the people that are my clients to do the thing in the mental gym. Oh, it's just go to the mat for people, you guys. They don't get it. And bless your heart, because you get it. And I can't do this without you guys. And I have other clients that are A client, my A partners, they're not here. But those A partners, they're all out there living it. And they're being role models. So I want you to just be a role model and just tell people, hey, there's some freedom. Would you like to hear about it? Right? It's freedom. I'm sorry, I'm going off, but I can't help it, because it touches my soul so much, because it's why I'm a chiropractor, right? So I'm sorry. I'll stop now because I have to blow my nose. But thank you.
Dr. Amy, you have to let me throw something in here. When we talk about the Thomas Edison quote, this is how advanced this woman was when she was a chiropractor in her clinic. When you went into the bathroom at her clinic, Edison's quote was painted on the wall. So every practice member at some point in time in their care got to see that.
If they went to the bathroom and into the exam room.
And into the exam room. I used to when I first got there and I went in and saw that, I started laughing. I went, oh my God, she is definitely taking it to the road.
Yeah, she's all in. And for those of you who don't know, Margot worked with and for Amy 20 years ago in the chiropractic, and she's now Amy's retired 10 years from that. But
yeah,
you can see the passion.
And just what
can't hide the passion.
Just what Ann said today is the whole country, you guys. 80% of the country is doing what Ann's doing right now. What do I do? How do I know? Right? What's going on? Everyone's in this state of confusion. And
juggling, we don't know what.
We don't know what. But you know what?
We need information, but we need someone to lead with their heart. And thank you, Amy, for doing that.
Yeah. And so you're welcome. But I gotta just tell you, use the thing, be the change. Just be out loud and be proud, because you may not be perfect, right, Sandy? You may not be, right, Carrie? Right, Betty? But we are on the journey. We have the right destination in the GPS, and we actually have the right roadmap, okay? And we're getting there. We're all in process. So thank you very much for showing up every week. Did we mute everybody, or do anybody?
Everybody's muted, but anyone can unmute themselves.
If you want to say something, please let me know what you got out of that. But please go back and listen to the whole thing. And it's a half hour of Dr. A, and then there's another half hour and 20 minutes. You can listen to all of it. It applies to everybody. So hopefully it works. Let me know if that link works, but it's so good. And you guys
I will say personally,
I crown you optimists, and you are my tribe.
I will say personally, I know from my own experience that this is life changing and life saving.
Yeah.
I would not be here today. I firmly believe that if I hadn't started Habits of Health back in 2014. I was blessed with it coming into my life, and it's made all the difference in
You'd be dead
the
or
world.
legless, that's for sure. One of the two, right?
You would have been a goner a few times, huh, Marco?
Yeah, once or twice, but it really has been life changing. And
yeah, literally,
it's not just for like every other diet out there, it's lifestyle. And that's exactly what Dr. Anderson keeps talking about. It isn't about the food, it isn't about the shots, it's about the lifestyle.
Yep.
Thank you. I needed this today. Thank you. Beautiful message.
Betty.
No, I needed it. I really needed it. Yeah.
And my dad
so glad you showed up.
Drain. He's circling the drain because he won't do this, you guys. And he needs lockup so bad. He needs ghosts out of his head so badly. And so many people live that way.
Yeah.
It's a couple other microphones open up. Did anyone else
Anybody else want to say
final words?
Yes, can I say something very quickly? Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I hear you. Go ahead.
We hear you.
Could you? Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, I just wanted to quickly mention, it was about the injections, the diabetes injections and stuff, and weight loss and all that. I was not, and still I'm not in the least bit interested in that, especially since they've mentioned huge muscle mass and damage and making you older than what you could be. And I wasn't promoting that, by the way. I was just asking a question about that. That was all.
Knowledge is power when we put it to good use.
Oh, we've talked about it a lot before you brought it up.
Oh, okay.
And for weeks and months.
For months we've been talking about it.
It's a good topic.
Yeah, it's a common topic, hon. So no worries.
Yeah.
One
more good reason not to do it.
So
for me, that just gives me one more reason that I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's why we have community, a safe place to ask. And if you guys want anyone who wants to be your leader, Amy Michelle is the best cheerleader out there, and she will not leave anyone in the ditch.
Yes. And yet there's so many out there so desperate with weight loss, which I could totally understand. And they're running to weight loss drugs, and some people are not getting the effects. Some people have said, oh, they've lost 80 pounds. And then as soon as they've stopped the drug, they've gained it back on. Yeah, from what I'm hearing, they've gained it back and some.
So please, yes, and that happens very, very quickly when you lose all your muscle mass, and that's very hard. So please go and really be the change you're going to be in the world, but invite people to the Habits of Health little challenge. Even though it's not a long-term fix, it gets the door open. Invite those top 5 people around you that sabotage you or that support you, and get them, try to involve them, try to engage them. And really working with this strategy, guys, because this is just a free, fun way to get them introduced, to help them to be inspired to do something at a higher level. And so Just really keep inviting your friends around you, even if they don't seem like they want to. Just care and share, care and share, care and share. Right, Sharon? All right. Thank you so much, gang. We'll put the this on recording, and I got it in the right place this time, so I'll put it back out and get you all the recording links. So love you guys. Thank you so much for listening to my diatribe. Go listen to the rest of Dr. Anderson. Okay.
Okay, we'll put off
Thank you so much.
inspiration. So you've inspired us enough, Amy. We'll put off inspiration till next week.
Yeah. Bring it. Sorry, Margot. I talk too much. Sorry. Love you.
Bye.
Love you guys.